Hey guys, here again talking about specific function, and this time we are talking about FE, extroverted feeling. This is the last video about the judging functions, since we have talked about TE, extroverted thinking, TI, introverted thinking, and FI, introverted feeling. So now we are talking about FE, extroverted feeling. Before we can jump into the action, let me clarify something. This video series is very brief. Videos are meant to be a general introduction to functions, to have some, let's say, some important points to remember when thinking about functions. They are not meant to be an in-depth review of the functions, since it will be out of the scope of these lectures, let's say. Okay, so please don't consider it to be an in-depth review of each specific function, because if you are interested, it may arrive in the future, but for now, this is just an introduction of every specific function. It's just a quick help to remember some important points. Just this. So, for today, we are talking about extroverted feeling. And as always, what's the most important question that extroverted feeling answers to? It's what is good or bad for everyone, for the society I'm living in, for the group. It's objective, good or bad. For an extroverted feeler, moral judgments are objective, are all across the group, the society we are living in. It is not something subjective, as for the FI feeler. Please also remember that FE focuses on the group rather than on itself. So the self-emotional awareness is very much less in FE rather than in FI. An FI feeler will know very much better than an FE feeler how is he feeling in a certain moment. Also, FE, focusing on the group, is very much more self-sacrificing with respect to the FI. An FE feeler is very much more willing to sacrifice himself with respect to an FI feeler for the sake of the group, for the sake of harmony. Because of the attention an FE feeler pays to the outer emotional state of the group, he is very much more likely to be self-sacrificing, very much more indeed than an FI feeler would be. Also, FE feelers strive to help others, to improve the harmony of the group, to improve the emotional state of the group they are into. For this reason, since they are more adaptive and more sacrificing for the sake of the group, an FI feeler would see a lacking sense of individuality and self-awareness. So it can label an FE feeler as false. Please remember that functions go in axis. So an FI feeler is automatically a TE thinker. And please remember what we said. TE is all about labels, so FI will label automatically an FE feeler as false. Maybe it doesn't happen. On the other hand, please remember, as we said in the FI video, that FE may see an FI feeler as too individualistic or too selfish. By paying so much attention to others, others feel obviously very appreciated. Hence, very often, FE feelers have this very seductive and charming way of speaking, of interacting with others. Also, being FE all about appreciating others, supporting others, caring for others, it is the most supportive and parenting function that we can have among the 8. To conclude, being FE all about others and putting the focus on others, if they receive a negative feedback, a negative emotional feedback from an FI feeler, they are very prone to feel guilty for not having done enough to support emotionally that FI feeler. Another interesting point is that, as we said in TE video, also FE is an additive function. What do I mean by that? Is that FE tries to improve the group, tries to be helpful for the group, and tries to involve everyone, not leaving anyone behind. So, in a nutshell, to conclude, FE is all about helping others, support emotionally other people. It's about answering the question, what is good or bad for everyone? I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please don't miss the 4 subsequent ones with the perceiving functions. See you next time!